Good morning, welcome back to the channel. We are in someone else's garage at someone else's cottage in Devon, and I'm about to go to a bike shop. It's Club TT day again, but not the Malden. We're doing the North Devon Wheelers Club TT. Chanel's doing it as well. It's race day, and I have to go to a bike shop because I made an error. And I'm sure a lot of you will relate. I've come to Devon partially on a family holiday. We've come to Devon partially on a family holiday, partially to also train. Like, the training here is superb. I cannot tell you how hard the roads are around here if you pick the right route, but then also there's some flat roads as well. I've not really done any of those. I've only gone for the hard roads. Everything seems to be 20%. Just like that, and then like that. I've done the same amount of climbing per hour roughly of training than I would do in Andorra, except in Andorra it'd be like 3 climbs, here it's like 30. Now it's race day, so we're going to a bike shop because I've made an error. Naturally, if any of you watching would have gone on training camp or taken your bike somewhere to go riding and left the comfort of your own garage in your local bike shop, you'll know that if something goes wrong, it's going to go wrong pretty much the day you arrive at your destination, where you're armed only with a set of Allen keys. Well, that happened to me. My Black Ink 80s, which have had hard use for 2 years and minimal to no maintenance, the free hub has finally given up the ghost. And I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll quickly swap it out for the one in my Black Ink disc over there, and that'll get me through, and then I'll just swap it back for the TT and get that sorted for race day. Well, that didn't happen. What happened was a little shim in the thing. They're different, they're not quite the same, and what I ended up doing was messing up both of them. I basically need a set of mole grips to get the shim out, which I don't have here. Been training on Chanel's wheels. I said I would visit the bike shop in advance of the TT so as to not leave it till the last day, and I have not done that. So we're off to a bike shop to get fixed. Chanel's going to do the TT as well. And for those of you asking what have I been training on, I've stolen Chanel's wheels. So we're going to go to the bike shop, me and Juliet, sort out the disc wheels, build up my TT bike, make sure Chanel's bike's running good. I'm going to take you along for the ride. Another time trial. Chanel's time last week was 29:29. Mine was 19:24. So I was very proud of my guess that if there was a 10-minute gap between Chanel and I, the catch would be difficult. There's an 8-minute gap in the end, so the catch wasn't. Tonight there is a 12-minute gap between Chanel and I, so off to a bike shop. So I've got a bit of a history with the North Devon Wheelers Club 10. Mainly, I did this back in 2013, just after I won a state of the Giro. Croyd Bay in Devon is it's been a family holiday destination for a long time, and we're still coming back here. Now, Croyd's more known for being a surf town than anything else. Certainly not a cycling town, and so that leads me into the sponsor for this week's video, which is Surfshark. As always, thank you to them for continuing to support the channel. Without sponsors, this channel would not exist, so massive thank you to them. And thank you to you guys for using Surfshark, because if you weren't, then they wouldn't continue sponsoring. It's business. As you know, Surfshark is a virtual private network, a VPN. And there's 4 reasons why you need a VPN. Number 1 is it hides your IP address, so your city, country, and download history aren't linked to your identity. Number 2 is it helps encrypt all of your data and keep it safe, like credit card details, your personal information, especially when you're on public Wi-Fi. Number 3, if you travel a lot, the chances are you're often logging into dodgy hotel Wi-Fi, so you can change your location easily and jump into watching race pass or anything that's geo-blocked from wherever you are. Surfshark uses encryption to protect you against snooper and third-party advertisers, so your data's not being sold on, and subsequently you won't be inundated with pesky online dating apps.
Mail order bride.
With the offer at the moment is 83% off and an extra 3 months for free by using my code DOWSET, and Surfshark offer a 30-day money-back guarantee as well, so there's nothing to lose. Everything you need is in the description below. So I came here in 2013 as a sort of first time down here as a pro cyclist, and got stuck into the local scene, went on a chain gang, sort of had to go to the local bike shop. Real welcoming cycling atmosphere here, and I did the local 10, but I only had my road bike with me. Metal wheels, if any of you know what they are, sort of flat rimmed wheels, metal flat rimmed wheels. and just all kinds of unaerodynamic jersey shorts. Anyway, I joint won the Club 10, like same second as the winner, and that irked me a little bit. And it was to a chap named Henry, who I met today, and he, the local press came out, and I think they interviewed Henry, and he said something like, "Oh, it's nice to be able to compete with the world's best." And I was like, Henry, I was on my road bike, you're on a TT bike, So, being the competitive man that I am, whether it be a Stage of the Giro or a Club 10, I came back the following year with all the gear. Movistar days, so the Canyon TT bike, the Endura skin suit, the fast one, and then at that point Blake Pond, who's the boss of No Pins now, had the course record, and I took that. I did a 19. I was in the 19s. Since then, Marcin Biablocki, who, for those of you who follow the UK TT scene will know that name, has come along and put it into the 18s. So I have my work cut out tonight. Spent the day mostly on the beach, so not the most ideal prep, but I'm a pro cyclist, so making excuses is half the job. Chanel's doing the Club 10 as well. 29.29 last week. Headwind out, tailwind back this week. No, tailwind out, headwind back this week. I think it's a slightly faster course than the Malden. I think. It's a bit rolling though, so we've been talking strategy and the importance of when to put down power and when to take a rest.
I don't know if it's so much of a discussion as a...
I'm talking at you.
Alex is talking at me. And
you don't want to listen.
No, I'm listening. I'm trying to absorb it. It's just a lot of technical information and I just want to ride my bike, you know? I just want to ride my bike. I just want to get on and pedal.
Finish an Ironman.
And finish an Ironman. And Alex is talking about
going fast for the least amount of effort.
Watts and aero and drag
efficiency,
and resistance.
Getting to the end of something efficiently, What you don't have to do at the end of this 10-mile TT is run a marathon.
Yeah. So I ran an hour 20 this morning.
But my point is if you can make the road bike section of it as efficient and easy as possible, isn't that a good thing?
Yes.
Which is what I met with all the time.
No.
So we're going to...
hey, that place did really, really good pasties. Can you just tell people about that? Because that was a really good time.
Not a sponsor, but
CJ
Sandwich Bar Takeaway in Croyd. Braunton, Devon, apparently it is.
Pasties or pasties?
Pasties. It's Cornish pasty, isn't it?
Pasty.
But we're not in Cornwall, so maybe it's a pasty.
Anyway, on that note.
Yeah, time to stop rambling and start racing. Oh, that should be the tagline for the YouTube
That should
channel.
be your tagline.
Time to stop rambling and start racing. Course recon. So far it's all been downhill. That's the guy I rode with. Blighty. Yes. Well, the course is pretty simple. It's pretty straight, and then you turn around and then it's pretty straight. So it's just a little bit like you've got these waves and winds and rolls along the way. The turnaround is almost nothing like the Malden 10. So yeah, first mile, that's pretty much all downhill. And we've got this lovely little bridge coming up. Basically on the way back, once you go across this beautiful little picturesque, look at this. Look at this. Once you get to here on the way back, that's it. You're on the way back. Coming up to the turnaround, and then you're going up here. Up through there, yeah. And then you're doing a U-turn. That's saying that Chanel's not a fan of the turn.
No, the bike will be right in the car. Right, well, I'm hijacking this little piece. Just to add my 2 cents to the rambles here. Look, last night of our holiday, but here we are. We're showing up. We're doing a TT. Not my first choice. Probably not even my second. But Alex just slightly hijacked that and, gets in touch with my coach and she puts it as part of my Ironman training. So here we are. I do listen to what he's saying. It's sometimes difficult because he really likes to just talk at me, but bless him, He makes it very easy. Like tonight, I get in the car, my bike, everything is all just packed, kit, everything. Alex, in his haste to get us out the door, has left his helmet behind, so not so happy.
Got the numbers. Got your number as well.
What number am I?
14.
Oh yeah. She's a 10 until she's a 14 and she knocks it out the park. Big Daddy, a time trialing.
Man has forgotten his aero helmet. I have been offered a POC, bright orange one, but I think I'd get in more trouble than it's worth wearing it.
Are you making excuses already?
I feel like Israel would understand. I've forgotten my aero helmet. I feel like
it's bright orange, Alex, come on. Also, some people were suggesting maybe it's time for a new skin tip. What's that on your ball?
Zooming in on, this is grip tape for grip.
Okay.
That's TT done. Chanel has no idea, but got held up by a tractor, which is a good thing, I reckon. Not for your time, but the fact that a tractor held you up, you are faster than a tractor. I did a 19:15, which is faster than I went last time on this course in 2014, which was just before I won Commonwealth Games, which I have not been selected for. And I have gone faster, so based on that, I probably should have been selected. But yeah, without an aero helmet, and I had, there you go, that's what an aero helmet, and I did have a chain fall off. I was quite proud of myself. I managed to put it on whilst riding, so tee that up to around a 20 to 30 second loss overall between the two things. And well, I reckon course record on here, Marcin Beerblocky's course record is within the realms of possibility. So
that sounds like a challenge.
It sounds like we need to come back to Croyd next year. How'd you go?
Yeah, I just think it can be pretty demoralising when lots of people come past you, but the main point for me was to get a bit more confident using the tri-bars, which I've done. It's just, guys, picturesque, isn't it? Yeah, it's real nice to look at. Like, I kind of want to stop and take some photos, but I can't. And I also think sometimes turning up with Alex, people look at you and you're like, oh, she must be good.
Oh, I saw you at the finish line surrounded by a crowd of men.
No, they were all real friendly, but you know, not to be confused with someone who actually knows what they're doing. But there were 3 females, so I got third. So there would be a podium. If there was a podium, I'd be on the podium. So I'll take that as a win. Yeah, it's good.
Look at that. And you are also, what we're realising, there's some big time losses from Chanel at the moment because she's braking on the downhills.
Let's just safety first.
My better half is braking on the downhills in a time trial. We've got some work to do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Not bad.
So I haven't won sets, I've got KRM.